DJ Urban T. Benjamin. My brothers. This ain't pain talk. This is clarity.
They told us be strong, but don't act like a man. Be sensitive, but never take a fucking stand. Be providers, but ashamed of the grind. Confused ass culture, now we losing our spine. I watch men drown with their mouths full of facts. Quote every theory, but don't move when it's time to act. Scrolling for truth like it's stuck in the feed, but red pill reality don't come cheap. I ain't mad at women, I'm mad at the lie. They told you red pill meant bitching online. Red pill wasn't rage, it was look in the mirror. Now see enemies instead of getting clearer. They say wake up, but stay sleeping they habits. Blame the whole world, never audit they balance. You broke cause you lazy, not cursed. Red pill truth hit hard, yeah this shit might hurt.
Hell, red pill, but don't choke on the truth. If you woke while you still in the same fucking loop, say you free, but you chained to the pain. Red pill, see clear, still walk in the rain. Red pill, but live that shit out. Awake ain't a bad, just a long way out. If you see what's real, then stand on your feet. Brotherhood calling, don't lie to me.
Misogyny ain't strength, it's fear in disguise. Red pill twisted when you stop thinking precise. Turn patterns into laws, turn hurt into hate. Then wonder why life still slamming the gate. Alpha beta talk got you sounding real small. Red pill discipline silent, don't posture at all. A man who see clear, don't need a villain. He building his shit while you scrolling and bitching. Red pill ain't the uniform, it's the work. But most one language without the dirt. Truth don't trend, don't clap, don't cheer. Red pill pressure make cowards disappear. I ain't saying the world fed, it's never the case. But red pill don't excuse you from running the race. Life don't owe you shit, but it answer to work. So either level up or stay mad and hurt.
Red pill, but don't poison your soul. Truth ain't hate, it's control. Stay woke, but you live in the sleep. Red pill talk, same shit every week. Red pill, but stand like a man. Awareness demand more than a plan. If you see what's real, then bleed for the truth. Brotherhood watching, what you gon' do?
Red pill ain't loud. It don't argue in comments. It don't recruit the bitter. Red pill get quiet and start demanding receipts. I ain't above this shit, I'm in it too. Same red pill standard apply to you and me, fool. If I say build, I gotta build mine. If I say lead, I gotta bleed time. Gentlemen, my brothers. Red pill ain't something you say, it's something you live. I'm holding myself to it too.
Welcome to the lounge, where we challenge accountability. I'm Urban, and we don't do surface talk here. We use emotional intelligence. Thought-provoking, mind in motion. Truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Every beat a question, every bar a lesson. I turn the mic to a mirror, life's a session. Urban in the mix, soul and intellect blend. We ain't just talk truth, we set trends from Dallas to the world. We break that ceiling, no clout, just facts, that's the real feeling. Thought-provoking, mind in motion. Truth be stirring, deep emotion. No filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Trap drums drop, but the message don't fade. Every thought sparks like a hand grenade. Faith, pain, love, and drive all collide, that's how minds revive. All collide, that's how minds revive. Thought-provoking. mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought provoking. Mind open wide like a city skyline. Every topic shaped by design. The urban lounge where ideas ignite. Late night thoughts under podcast lights. Every episode of thought design. The urban lounge where iron sharp iron. We build from the ground like truth rewiring. Can't fake what's felt when the mic's ignited. If you listening now, you already invited. Thought provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought provoking.
Warning, the following image and or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Salute, gentlemen. Salute. Welcome to the lounge. Welcome to tonight's episode. I am Urban. Appreciate you tuning in. Tonight, podcast conversation. I just want to be, I just want to engage with y'all, in some monologue tonight. I'm not going to be showing any clips or anything like that. I just want to really engage y'all tonight because I honestly want to just get an understanding. I want to pick your brain. I want to also provide an opportunity for me to teach as well too, if you don't mind. Tonight conversation, we're going to talk about the actual red pill. Now, those of y'all who follow the channel, I did post a video, I believe it was like a couple of days ago or so, when I did a State of the Red Pill Union address. By saying that address right, I was letting y'all know the whole state and conditioning of the red pill community, the way how it was in the condition that it is right now, and let y'all know that there are things that I have observed about it. Okay. Tonight conversation, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna dive into that in detail. All right. Before we get into it, and I see everybody in the comments, I'm going to acknowledge everybody in the chat on this episode. Tassina, I see you, man. Salute to you. 22, what's up with it, man? Long time no see, brother. Salute to you in real odds, and even salute to you as well, too, brother. And everyone who are either watching in the bushes or you're catching the replay of this podcast stream, salute to y'all as well. Appreciate y'all tuning in into this episode. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. So we're going to just dive into this because, like I said, I just want to have a conversation with y'all tonight. I'm now honestly want to just see where your mind is at. I kind of see where a lot of people mind is at right now due to, the videos that I have posted, due to the shorts I have posted as well too. And I'm getting a lot of feedback, you know what I'm saying? So I believe this episode is very, very important for you gentlemen, for y'all to really just gravitate and take hold to. Now, my whole goal of this is not to try to say that, I'm better than, you gentlemen, because I'm not. I'm no better than you. I'm in the same fight as you are, okay? But however, due to my life experiences, you know what I'm saying, I believe that I have a lot of value to bring to you gentlemen that will help you navigate through your life as being a man and navigate, things that you deal with as men. Okay. With that being said, gentlemen, I just want to ask this question to y'all. Y'all can put it in the chat. Those of y'all who are watching right now, you put it in the chat right now. Or if you're catching the replay, you just put it in the comment section. But let me ask y'all this question so I could just really get an understanding where your mindset is on this, okay? What is your personal definition of the red pill? Once again, what is your personal definition of the red pill? The reason why I'm asking this question is because just like I say, I've been looking at, the comments on, on my videos, on my shorts, and I've been looking at the comments when I post on the community walls, which appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate y'all doing that. I appreciate y'all also thumbs up in the live as well too, in the videos and everything. Thank you so much for the engagement. I really appreciate it a whole lot, gentlemen. But I just want to pick y'all brain. I honestly want to know, what do y'all believe the true meaning of the red pill is to you? I want to get y'all understanding. Another reason why I'm asking this question is because I've been going to other communities. You know what I'm saying? When I say communities, preferably I'm talking about, on social media, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I've been going to other content creators' channel who have a similar interest, as me, where we either talk about red pill, we talk about the manosphere, or they just talk about relationships in general, you know what I'm saying? And so whenever I go over to these spaces, I ask them the same exact question, like, okay, what does the red pill mean to you? Unfortunately, a lot of them couldn't give me the actual definitive definition of what the true essence of the red pill is. And when I'm talking about the red pill, I'm talking about the beginning, the very core of the red pill when it first started. Now, I'm not talking about what it is now, where it have all these different subgroups, you know what I'm saying, where now it's the red pill that got split up to the manosphere, then it got split up to passport bros, then it got split up to pickle artists, and it got split up to mid-toe, you know what I'm saying, and all these different things. Then they end up creating new pills, black pill, blue pill, purple pill, pink pill, different things like that, But all of these different entities that are existing currently now originated from the ideology of the red pill. Okay. So let me explain to y'all the trueness of the red pill. The trueness of the red pill is this. It started off with a choice. Once again, it started off with a choice. That choice was giving man the choice to choose. You could choose to either participate in your current situation or your current reality that you're dealing with right now in modern time, or you could choose to do something different. The red pill original concept came from the movie The Matrix. Okay? They took this concept from The Matrix and literally turned it into a men's empowerment philosophy. The real essence of the red pill always have dealt with men's empowerment. So what do I mean by that? I mean that the things that men go through all the time, such as relationships, such as, you just trying to compete. You know what I mean? You're trying to better your life. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole true essence of what the red pill is, the red pill philosophy. We're about empowerment. We're about mentorship. We're about guiding men to the point to where they need to be at, where they compete in a social economical level. The red pill also guide men to taking accountability for certain choices and decisions that you have made as a man. What do I mean by this? Like say for example, some of us we decided that we didn't want to be educated at all, period. Now, when I mean by education, I'm not talking about going out just getting degrees. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about just educating you about the reality of things that you deal with in life. Education that can include learning about, spirituality or religion, if that's the path that you want to take. Learn about the reason why we think the way that we think. Or the bigger issue where we're dealing with right now is dealing with women. Where we literally use this concept and we just pick each other's brain and we teach each other to learn how to navigate and understand the behavior and the dynamics of women that we deal with. The red pill was never intended to be misogynist. The red pill was never intended to, go around and laugh and bash women, and different things like that and create content and doing that. That wasn't the whole true philosophy of the red pill. The true essence of the red pill came from two sources. It came from religious and biblical teachings, right? It came from Stoicism as well, too. That's where it came from. So in all, it was teaching us how to be men and how to navigate this life, how to make decisions based on emotional intelligence, teach us how to take calculated risks when it's necessary, teach us how to vet out not only women but people in general. Unfortunately, gentlemen, throughout this time, all the way up to this current time where we're at right now, we have literally lost the whole philosophy of what red pill truly means. That's why I asked y'all in the beginning, what do red pill means to you personally? And do you understand the whole philosophy, and do you understand where it actually comes from? If you don't understand the philosophy, you don't understand where it comes from, then everything that you say and everything that you deal with and stuff, right? It is as though as I'm just going to be real with you, gentlemen. It is as though as you complaining just like what the women are doing. You're complaining without no solution. One of the other core essence of the red pill philosophy is that if you desire as a man to become part of a relationship with a woman, and you want to be part of a nuclear home, and you want to build upon that, and you want to create a legacy, it is nothing wrong with doing that. But however, at the same time, gentlemen, if you don't desire to be in a relationship, you don't desire to be with a woman or have legacy, it's also nothing wrong with that. Because at the end of the day, as gentlemen, our core purpose existing on this planet is for us to be about our Father's business. Or be about your business if you don't believe in religion or spirituality. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of it. I'm just saying. But if you don't understand the core essence of what it is, then everything that you do, everything that you say, all the complaining that I done seen like on my videos and my shorts and stuff, right? Seeing men, every time I post some stuff about, women on the video or modern women on the video, right? It's always a joke. It's always, when winter is coming, we like to, I see men like to quote things with Kevin Samuels, and rest in peace, the Godfather, like to quote things on him all the time. Winter is coming. Things like that, right? Because it's fun and it's ha-ha and it's funny, right? But even when we be saying all these things, it doesn't solve the problem. Gentlemen, I want y'all to understand this. I want y'all to understand our position as men are important. But if we don't deal with our personal problems as men, how in the hell are we going to be able to deal with the issues with the other things that we're battling against, which is feminism and, women doing the things that they're doing in their behavior? How are we going to be able to deal with that if we can't deal with our own in-house issues with ourselves as men? It's time for us to hold ourselves accountable as men. It's time for us to learn from the errors of our way. It's time for us to mature. It's time for us to grow up as men. It's time for us to take our positions as leaders, like how the way we're supposed to be. One thing that I do agree that a lot of women, whether they modern women, whether they birds, or whatever the hell you want to call them, right? One thing I do agree with them is this. I do agree that there are many men out there who have not taken the mantle of being a leader. You're too busy worrying about the behavior of women where you're not even in a position of within yourself to even be a leader. You're not even in a position to be in a social status, at least the bare minimum of being on the average social status where you could take on the mantle and handle the responsibility as being a leader, as a man. But at the same time, you want to complain about the women. I will agree with you, gentlemen. I will agree with you. And I know that the modern women is a problem. I agree with you also that modern feminism is a problem as well, too. I agree that there are a lot of birds and, hyenas and all this stuff. There are women out there who are doing negative things to literally emasculate us as men. I acknowledge that and I understand that because I have dealt with it. But in order for us to deal with that particular problem, once again, we have to deal with us first as men. We have to handle our own in-house problem. My brothers, we have been infiltrated. The movement, the philosophy has in doubt been infiltrated. It have been infiltrated by men who have been broken without having mentorships to get them back to where they need to be at. It have been infiltrated by these single mothers out there who end up breeding these single sons. And now that it came up to age, where they're now considered as suckers and simps and different things like that, and they infiltrated the movement. The movement being infiltrated by other broken men who made poor and terrible decisions in dating, relationships, social status, careers, jobs. And they have infiltrated the movement to where now we got all these splinter cells, blue pill, black pill, passport bros, men going your own way, all this stuff there, incels, all kind of stuff. Brothers, this is not what it is at all. It's not what it is at all. I don't participate when it comes to, us literally taking our knowledge that we learn from each other as brothers. Our knowledge that we learn from the red pill philosophy and stuff. I don't participate in doing things to negatively hurt or harm people, because I don't see no solution behind it other than it's creating more hatred. It's creating more resentment. And here's another thing I want y'all to consider too, brothers. A lot of you out there, you now have children. Many of you men out there have sons who are growing up into age. This is when this red pill teaching, this philosophy is very detrimental for mentorship, where we're teaching them the truth, the importance, the essence about us being men. Not teaching them that, we hate women and you should do this and that to this woman, or demanding respect from women. Our respect should come out of duty. Y'all do understand that, right? And that's another thing too. I had made a one comment just to engage you, see where people's mind was at, right? I made a comment on my community wall, and I had showed a picture of a man who was in a wedding dress. And then I had comment on there and told the gentleman who reacted to that community post, right? I told him that we are no longer doing this South God era and this drizzle thing. We should leave that in 2025. Now, the reason why I say that is because I understand that in the beginning, the South God era and the drizzle was satire due to the sprinkle movement that these women was doing. But however, through my research and my investigation, I had learned that it was literally martyr men who took it and transferred it into an actual movement. There are men out there right now who are part of a literally South God era movement. There are men who are literally part of a drizzle movement right now. Right now. Gentlemen. There's something different or unique about a man who's actually moving in his purpose, a man who's actually about his father's business, a man who's focused on being a part of the society. He's contributed to the society for duty. Not because he deserves it or he should get it or whatever. It's because it's his duty to do that. Y'all do also understand that I commission as men is to do what? Is to protect and to provide. This necessarily don't have to be with just women, but it is period. We should be protecting and providing for the culture, period. Wherever culture you're a part of, you should be protecting and providing for everything. You should be protecting and providing for wherever state that you're living in right now, wherever country you're listening to me right now, you should be protecting and providing, because that is our great commission as men to do that. That is our duty as men to do that. It is not our duty as men to sit up here and complain because we can't get our way. It is not our duty as men to sit up here and force people to respect us. Gentlemen, I want to let y'all know this. It's going to be only one way you can earn respect. One way. And I'm sure with y'all. That one way you can earn respect is this. It's by your ability, your talents, your mindset of being a leader. A person should automatically see your actions where you're moving as a man. A person should automatically see how the way you operate it as a man. I guarantee if people see you operating as a man and they see that you're doing things as a man, I guarantee that people will automatically begin to respect you as a leader, including women. Because we know and we understand that once when you move according towards purpose, move according towards how you should be as a man, a woman is automatically going to follow you. A man's going to automatically follow you. A woman's going to automatically follow you, period. But if you're not in your position to be a man, if you're not in a position of leadership, then of course, not even your damn children is going to follow you. Not even the culture is going to follow you. And that gentleman is a problem. It's a problem. I'm going to dive deeper into this, but I want to acknowledge the chat real quick because like I told you, I want to kind of engage y'all today. I want to pick your brain today. I see nobody didn't want to answer my question, what does red pill mean to you? Okay. See, nobody didn't want to answer that. That's cool. That's all right. But let's go ahead and engage the chat. Those of y'all who are tuned into the show right now, and make sure you hit that thumbs up because it supports the channel a whole lot. We're talking about red pill right now. We're talking about how the red pill has been infiltrated, how the whole philosophy of red pill has turned into this modern day red pill right now, where I'm gonna be honest with you, Jimmy. I'm just gonna be dead honest. A lot of things that I done seen, right, forced me like going to different shows. I done been on panels. We done had debates and different things like that, right? I done seen a lot of toxic stuff for men. A lot of it. I have. And it's not good, gentlemen. It's not good at all. And I don't believe in men should be engaging into drama. We as men should not be engaging in no type of drama because we should be too busy fulfilling our purpose to even worry about drama. We shouldn't be on panels and stuff, arguing with people, arguing with women. We shouldn't be engaging in comment sections and stuff, right? Laughing and talking down on women. We shouldn't. So we got to deal with our in-house stuff first before we could deal with the other stuff. Now, Todd Cena said this, and I agree with this brother on this. He always tell me this all the time. Todd Cena always say, I'm going to stay single for the rest of my life. And you should. If you want to stay single for your rest of your life, it is nothing wrong with that, period. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Go ahead. As long as you're fulfilling your purpose of being a man, then by all means, you don't have to be in a relationship. You don't have to be married. You don't. But there's a but to that. Now, I want to put it out here with this. Now, if any man is choosing to be single because they had a negative encounter with a woman, then, my brother, that is not a good reason to be single. Once again, if you had a negative encounter with a woman or women in general, that's not a reason to choose to be single. Because what are you actually saying is this? You're actually saying that, hey, Erwin, the reason why I want to be single is because I had got hurt by this woman, and now I don't trust no women, period. And so I view every woman as that one woman or women that I have encountered in my life. My brothers, that is not the correct way to go, especially emotionally. That is not the correct way to go. But however, if you're choosing to be single simply because not out of hurt, not because you made a bad decision, but you're choosing because that's what you want to do, it is nothing wrong with that. That is no different from the passport bros, right? I absolutely agree that you should go and travel abroad if you're able to do it. If you're able to leave your said country where you at and travel abroad, do it by all means. Because you need to go out and experience different culture. You do. And if you just so happen find that woman within the other different cultures that you was a part of, that you won. There's nothing wrong with that. By all means, do that. But however, what I don't agree with the passport bros is going over there because you mad and pissed off because you say that women over at your said country is not giving you the play that you want. Or you saying that because you done chose wrong, right? Chose the certain type of woman wrong, right? Knowing good and well it was wrong. And you decided to take it out on every woman in that said country. And so you want to prove a point. Well, all these women are this way in this country, so I'm going to go to another country. What I want you to understand is this. When you do that right, guess what? You're not changing your mindset at all, period, brother. You're not changing your mindset because essentially what you're doing is that you're literally doing the same exact thing as you was doing in your own said country, but you're just going to another country to do it. Nothing ever changed whatsoever. And now you're going to this other country, corrupting this other country with the same ideology. And coming back and bragging, saying that you winning. No, you're not winning. That's why I say the original essence of the red pill is philosophy. It always been philosophy. It always have been, and it always will be. That's why I made it my commission to protect what the true essence of the red pill is. I refuse to continue to let the red pill be corrupted the way it is. I am tired of hearing, retractors saying things about the red pill, which, and to be quite honest, their arguments are valid. Their arguments are valid. Tired of hearing feminist women and men going against the red pill, saying the red pill is this and that or that because of individual brothers who took it and corrupted it and made it into something that it shouldn't be. I'm tired of seeing it. And I'm not going to stand for that. I'm going to stay firm and tell y'all the truth about it. And one thing about it, brothers, is that we need to learn how to take correction. We need to learn how to take correction. We need to learn how to hold ourselves accountable. And I believe that through all this hurt, through all this pain, through all this resentment, we have lost sight of that. We literally have lost sight of that. Bryce said, you're too old to be a part of the red pill for you to grow up. There's, to my understanding, there's no age limit of being part of anything. Well, with that logic, that means that you're too old to be a part of religion. You're too old to be a part of anything. Well, with that logic. No, you're not too old to be a part of anything. Also, you're not too old to be part of whatever it is you want to do. Just like I'm talking about red pill. I'm not too old to do that. Not at all. Lionel, what's up with it, bro? Did we ever have mentorship? I believe, bro, in the past, there was a lot of mentorship that was happening. I honestly believe that. I believe that the original OGs who really pushed off the movement was creating a lot of mentorships where they was taking younger men and teaching them the truth about themselves, teaching them the truth about how the way that they need to navigate as men, teaching them the truth about watching out with these certain type of women, teaching them the truth that you need to think with your brain instead of your little brain down there. But somewhere down the line, we end up losing sight on that. Where instead of it being a philosophy, now it's entertainment. And like he said, you're never too old to be a part of the red pill, which I agree. Lionel, he also said this. He said, red pill means to me showing the truth and nature of the world and the social dynamics. And I agree. Lionel talking about show him the drama. Yes, it is. Let that man give up if he wants to ignore negative outcomes. Which I know Lionel trolling. So even in that, let's kind of dive deep into this, gentlemen, because once again, I want y'all to understand this, because over here, I really my whole intention is really to help us navigate through this, brothers. Before I could talk about anything else, because I got a lot of stuff that I need to talk about, that I need to cover, that we've been doing and we've been getting away with as men. And if you can't handle this simple concept, the other stuff I'm talking about, I guarantee that y'all going to end up sober from this channel. So I'm trying to help you with the foundation so we could go into the main issues that we've been dealing with as men. Okay. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the negative outcomes. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it. I guarantee that many of you who are watching right now or catching this replay, I guarantee that you have experienced negative outcomes in your life. You have made decisions that was terrible. Don't feel bad, because I have did the same exact thing. The reason why many of us as men have made these negative outcomes, we have made bad decisions, is simply because what I was stating to you earlier about mentorship. There are many of us right now who are tuning in where we didn't have the luxury of having another man who was of a sound mind to give us the knowledge that we need to navigate as men. Many of us, like I stated earlier, we came from broken homes where our mothers raised us and not our fathers. That anything we had close to a father was probably either a stepdaddy, or it may be mama's friend, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Some of us didn't even get that far to even have that. So you don't have no type of male guidance of a sound. Now, keep in mind, I keep saying of a sound mind. Of a sound mind. So we never had any type of guidance to navigate us, to teach us the important and essence of growing up and being a man, and how to navigate in culture, in our society. And so the single mothers had to figure this thing out, how to figure out how to raise a boy child. Because she's a woman. She don't understand the things that we deal with as men. Because our brains is wired differently from women, which we can agree to that, correct? Our brains is wired differently. We perceive and interpret things way differently from how women perceive and interpret things. Now, even though that single mother was there and she did her very best with the resources that she had in that moment to raise that boy child, right? She was lacking the ultimate resources to help raise him as a man, because she's a woman. So therefore, that boy child was lacking the mentorship and guidance from an actual man who's once again of a sound mind. And so he ended up growing up and becoming an adult. And guess what? He started experiencing things in his life. Instead of him taking calculated risk, he started taking emotional risk. He'll take risks based on how the way he's feeling in that moment, instead of using emotional intelligence and navigating through it and ciphering it. He started taking emotional risks when he was dealing with relationships, because when he was younger, he seen this mom had men coming in and out the household, or his mom probably had a stepfather or whatever the case may be, and that stepfather was full of shit. Probably had one stepfather in the household where he was abusive. Let's keep it real. And so he ended up growing up into that, right? Not learning these concepts about how to navigate as a man, how to use emotional intelligence, how to vet out situations. End up going into these situations emotionally right. Therefore, that's what created these men making poor decisions in relationships. They make poor decisions in these relationships, get with poor quality women based on how the way they look instead of their characters and what they're actually going to bring to you. Get with them, procreate with men and them, and get upset about the outcome. But at the same time, I understand, I get it. If you're that type of man, you never had that mentorship, you never had that guidance or anything, then I understand the reasoning why you made the choice and decision that you did. You simply just didn't know. And you believe that in that particular situation, that was going to be the right outcome. But it wasn't. It was a negative outcome. It was the wrong choice. It was the wrong decision. Now you're that type of man who's having resentment. You're upset at this woman or women, depending on how many relationships you ran through or whatever, right? You're upset. And now you to the conclusion to where you don't want to deal with no women, period. Or you'll deal with women, but you literally mistreating them. Or you develop a misogynistic ideology where you just have this certain hatred for women and you just use them as tools instead of treating them as human beings. Or some of y'all would do this as well too, where you give up and you end up becoming docile instead of you becoming a leader. You know, becoming docile, you end up becoming what is known as a yes man. And you start allowing women to rule over you. You start allowing women to be your leader. Does that kind of sound right? Because that's the essence of what a lot of boys going into men are dealing with. Even right now, in this moment, there are a lot of boys who are going into men dealing with these scenarios that I'm throwing out there right now. Because we're lacking that. Hence, this is the reason why the red pill and the philosophy is important. Hence, this is the reason why it's important as you as a man who are listening to me right now. It's important for you to be in your proper place as a man, as a leader, as a man of value. Especially if you up in, my age and stuff too, right? You should be at the point now where you're literally or a leader, you're literally or guiding younger men to make decisions. You shouldn't be up in age complaining about women. You shouldn't be up in age mad and upset about women. I remember one back in my time and stuff, right, where I did have mentorships. I had my father during the time when he was living. I had grandfather. I had grandfather and other grandfathers as well too, right? Where they literally was giving me advice. That's giving me advice about how the way I should move and operate as a man. That was giving me, certain tools that I need to understand. I remember when my father, when I was younger, my father used to want to take me outside. He used to make me go outside. Take me outside. He used to want to show me his car and stuff, right? And he would just start working on his car. And so he'll want to start teaching me about the meanings of, these tools. This is a wrench. This is a socket. This is what you need to do. Then he'll always say this all the time. A man is always supposed to work with his hands. His true talents is with his hands. He'll take me into the house and start showing me how to do soft things, soft repairs around the house, like plumbing, electrical, different things like that. He also showed me in the house, like, hey, it is not just, your mom and sister responsibility to keep the house clean, but it is also your responsibility as a man to also and maintain that it is clean. So you do your part as a man, because when you do that, you're showing to the women that you are a leader and you're willing to do it. He showed me how to cook. He showed me how to clean. He showed me the true essence, what it means to provide and protect the household. That's the true essence of mentorship. That's the true essence of a leadership. But once again, like I stated earlier, there are men out there that have not remotely experienced that at all. And that's a problem, gentlemen. That's a problem. Some of y'all probably watching right now, y'all watching, you probably thinking this. Or you're probably saying it right now. You're probably thinking or saying, Urban, why in the hell should I care? Why should I care about helping another man? Why should I care about positioning myself as a leader? Why should I care about allowing myself the opportunity to become a mentor to other younger men so they could be brought up? Why should I care about that? Why should I care about that? The reason why you should care about that is because it is your duty as a man to do it, period. We move with purpose and duty. We carry the cross because it is our duty to carry the cross. Not because it's something we want to do, not because people putting a gun and make you do it. We do it because it is our duty to do that, period. We are built to be that way, period. So therefore, it is our duty to bring up the next generation so they can understand that as well too. But however, it is not our duty to teach these other younger men that we should be mad and pissed off at women. It is not our duty to sit up here and manipulate women just like how these modern women manipulate us. That is not our duty to do that. It is not our duty to sit around and watch podcast episodes of men going back and forth arguing and not having no solutions behind it. Because we are, once again, men of purpose. We are men of value. And I want y'all to understand this clearly. Everything that we do as men, y'all do understand that I, women, is going to replicate that. The reason why they're going to replicate it is because of their commission as women. And y'all do know the commission of women, right? Their commission is to do what for us? It's to be our helpmeet. So whatever you create as a man, whatever atmosphere you create as a man, whether it's positive or negative, guess what? Through her DNA, she's going to take that thing and run with it. That's what she's going to do. And that's what's happening right now. Men became abusive towards some women. Men became toxic towards women. Men was sitting up here on raping and graping women. Men who's molesting their children as well too. And guess what? They took it as a helpmeet and ran with it. So whatever you create as a man, the women are going to take it and run with it. Hence, this is what we're dealing with right now in this modern time. So yes, a lot of situations that is happening right now, gentlemen, it is our fault. And we need to hold ourselves accountable as men. I can agree with y'all that other situations that are happening, it's women's fault as well too. I can agree to that. But in order for that problem to become a solution, once again, we got to deal with our own in-house stuff. Gentlemen, this year it's time for us to want to have a, introspection with ourselves. It really is. It's really time for us to have an introspection with ourselves, because the things that I have dealt with last year and the year prior and the years prior of me being a content creator, I have seen a lot of men who really do need some introspection for real. I have dealt with a lot of men who are mentally not well. I have met a lot of men who had dealt with some really, really severe trauma in their life. And instead of them getting the proper help that they needed, like, dealing with mental health and dealing with things like that so they can navigate and cope and deal with it, guess what? They use the red pill as a placebo effect. Not understanding the philosophy behind it, but they use it as a placebo effect so they could go back and lash out and do the things that they're doing instead of literally dealing with the core mental issues that they got going on within themselves. That's where I help solve. And that's what I'm currently dealing with right now, even as a content creator. I see it. So y'all think I don't be reading the comments and stuff when y'all be posting on my channel? I read them. I do. Most of the time I don't say nothing, but I do read it. And when I read the comments, brothers, I don't read it, because I feel like I'm better than y'all. I read it because I want to understand where your mindset is at. I read it because I want to engage you. I want to engage your mind. I want to be the solution. I want to help you navigate the things, the traumas that you have dealt with as a man. And you're expressing it on my channel. That's what I want to do. I want to be the solution. I don't want to be just the entertainment, but I also want to be the solution as well too. That's my desire. Because once again, a lot of y'all need help. Y'all really do. Y'all really do. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but I'm also saying this to be very judgmental, because it is part of me as a man to be judgmental to you, because it is. Our culture is built upon us being judgmental towards each other, but not in a way where I'm hating on you, not in a way that I want to see you fail, you know what I'm saying? But in a way that I want to see you succeed. Just like the old saying, iron sharpens iron. Right? That's all I'm doing. Iron sharpen iron. In order for me to get to the point where I'm at right now, where I'm able to share with y'all and give y'all this concept and this knowledge and stuff, right? It took for me to have introspection with myself, to deal with issues within myself, to deal with decisions that I made and hold myself accountable. Hold on one moment, y'all. Give me one. Sorry about that, gentlemen. I'm back. But once again, in order for me to share the information that I'll be sharing with y'all in the upcoming weeks, it took for me to have introspection within myself. It took me to re-examine myself, re-examine the choices and decisions that I have made. I have made some great choices, and I have made some bad choices as well too. But at the end of the day, it's all part of life, correct? But what's different is this. I had held myself accountable even when it hurt, even when it bruised my ego. I held myself accountable for the choices and decisions that I have made. I have allowed myself to not only heal, but I also allowed myself to forgive as well too. And I honestly believe that is a lot of the men problem that I'm seeing right now, is that we have not went to that point of introspection where you're starting to allow to forgive. Now, I'm not saying forgive and letting go, because I believe that you shouldn't let go. I believe that absolutely you should forgive, but you're not forgiving so you could let that person go, whatever. You're forgiving for yourself so you can heal yourself. But I don't believe in letting go. The reason why I personally don't believe in letting go is because I believe that memory, that thing that you had dealt with, it needs to stay with you. So you can remember when it comes up again that you can make a better choice and decision. But that's my personal belief behind it. I give you an example. Many of y'all who have pets and stuff, right? Some of y'all treat y'all pets as family members, which nothing wrong with that. I ain't tripping. But however, whenever you go through the process of training your pet, right, there are certain things that you do to your pet to make them remember the choices and decisions that they make. Correct? You'll do this certain thing to make them remember, so they know they don't need to make that mistake again. You may discipline them, and however way you discipline them, and then you will do a reward system. If they do the thing correctly, you reward them. But when you do things like that, right, guess what? They're not forgetting it; they're remembering it. Same concept with if you have children. Those of y'all who have children, you're bringing up children, right? The only way a child is going to remember not to do things that becomes impending danger is sometimes for them to experience it and let them do it, correct? But you don't tell that child, don't remember it no more, or to forget it. No, you don't. You tell that child the error of their way, and you let them keep it into their memory so they won't do it anymore. Same thing with choices and decisions that we make. It's good for us to forgive for ourselves, for our sanity, for our mental health. But you should never forget it, period. Because if you forget, 9 times out of 10, another situation is going to arise similar to what you did, and you're going to repeat that same mistake over and over again. This is the reason why you see other people keep doing the same thing over and over again, but end up becoming insane because they expecting a different result, right? This is the reason why you see people even in relationships where they keep constantly choosing the wrong woman over and over again. You know good and down well that woman is for you, but you keep choosing this wrong type of woman every single time. Urban, she's beautiful to me. Urban, I like her attitude because she's a ride or die chick. I like her because she's toxic. And keep choosing this woman over and over and over again. Because you weren't forgetting the reason why you broke up with the last woman and the last woman and the last one. Right? But you should be remembering every situation that happened to you. You should be forgiving, and you should be remembering it, so you won't make that decision again. You'll make better decisions. If that make any sense. But once again, these certain type of lessons is to be taught and learned by, not only men, myself, but other men out there who are of value and you are in your purpose as leaders. But if you're not in your purpose as a leader, you can't even teach these things to the next generation. You can't. Or you're teaching the generations that it's okay to do whatever it is they want to do because you did it. Gentlemen, it's not good. So I have covered a lot of things on this podcast tonight that I want y'all to understand. I have gave y'all the actual definition of what the actual red pill philosophy is. I shared it with y'all. I also share with y'all the problems that we're dealing with, how the actual red pill philosophy has been infiltrated by certain type of men. And I also have revealed to you that these certain type of men are men who have been hurt, who have been traumatized through certain decisions and outcomes that they have made, throughout their life. And instead of them dealing with this mentally or getting help that they need to deal with it mentally, they decide to use the red pill philosophy as a placebo or as a outsource and infiltrate it and create it into something that it shouldn't have been. I want to as I get ready to end this podcast on, I want to have a call to action with y'all gentlemen. Even if you agree with this or not, I just simply want you just to at least consider the possibility of what I'm talking about tonight. I want to have a call to action with y'all. I want to challenge y'all gentlemen. I want to challenge y'all gentlemen to have an introspection with yourself. I want you to think about every decisions that you have made. I want you to think about every choices that you have made, especially the negative outcome choices. I want y'all to think about the one negative outcome choices that you have made, choosing, being in a relationship with women as well too. I want you to think about it. I want you to just think about it, just pondering on it. I want you to focus in on not what the woman did to you in that outcome, but I want you to focus on your personal self. What did you do in that outcome? What did you do? What choices, decisions that you made in order for that outcome to have the result that it led to? I want you to take time to reevaluate that. I want you to think about different solutions that you can do as a man. I want you to think about if you have allowed yourself to heal from that particular outcome. If your one answers is that you haven't did that, you haven't had no introspection, you haven't did none of that, then I want to encourage you, gentlemen. I want to encourage you to utilize resources to do that. If it's for you to be under a certain type of mentorship with other men who have a sound mind to do it, by all means do it. If it's for you to either seek, therapy, by all means doing it. Because, gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with going to therapy, right? Or seeing a therapist, okay? But I want to throw this out here too. If that's what you want to do, if that's your desire, make sure you do your due diligence and research that particular therapist. Don't just go to any old therapist or try to go to the therapist because the therapist is a woman you think she fine and you're trying to shoot your shot. No. Take your time and research that therapist, research them, and make sure that they're going to be a good fit for whatever it is that you're going through. It's important also for you to align yourself spiritually with something. Whether it's through religion, whether it's through spirituality, something. And the reason why I'm suggesting this to you, gentlemen, is because I personally believe that a man has to be grounded in something. In order for you to be an effective leader, you have to learn how to follow. Once again, in order for you to be an effective leader, you have to also learn how to follow as well too, and a self-constructive criticism, where you could change things about yourself spiritually. Now, when I say following, I'm not saying being a sucker and different things like that and allow people to manipulate you and you end up being part of spiritual abuse. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you finding yourself spiritual, wherever it is. If you need to be a part of some type of religion or whatever it is to do that, by all means, go through it and do it. If you need to be on your own and go through a journey by yourself on your own and do that, by all means, do it. But the overall outcome is that it should send you to a space of introspection where you start building yourself up as a man, building yourself up as the one man and the leader that you should be destined to become. So you can start having positive outcomes. So you can start having positive choices and decisions. That's my recommendation to you, brothers. Now, just like I say, this is going to be other shows where we're going to have these conversations where I'm going to talk to y'all, or I'll be engaging y'all in the community posts or the videos that I'll be sharing out. Because I believe that this is the time where we really need leaders. We really need mentorship. We really need men to stand up and tell y'all the truth. Because if not, then y'all gonna be suckers every single time, man. Y'all gonna want to be part of these YouTube channels who's not gonna be bringing information to you that's gonna help you as a man. You're gonna be no different from the women who want to be connected to drama. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't be that way as a man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this show in the comment section. Just like I say, this show is not, I'm not showing clips in it because I wanted to just really be interactive with y'all and really just give y'all this monologue conversation to tell y'all the truth. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you 122. I'll see you in the comment. And thank everybody else who tuned in to this episode. Make sure you thumbs up the one live because it helps the channel out a whole lot. And also, if you're not sub up to this channel, by all means sub up to this channel so you can get all this thought-provoking conversation. So with that being said, y'all have a great, wonderful evening, and I will see you again on the next episode at the lounge.